Hey, I'm probably the one of the lightest ones next to Garrett.
No, you
Yeah.
guys are pretty boisterous, and that's why I love
No,
you so.
boisterous is one thing, but we can put up. I'm able to be put up with.
I don't know, John. You kind of,
Oh, I don't know about that. You know you can put up with me. Yeah, you prefer to put up with me.
And this is how we do it on the Donna Smith Show. On the Donna Smith Show. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Sorry, y'all snuck up on me. Snuck up on me. How you doing this evening? This is Donna Smith, aka Lady D, with Donna Smith Show. First off, I want to say I welcome everyone. I'm glad we're here tonight. There's been some little changes of schedule and stuff like that, where I've had to change days and dates of the show, but we are here live and ready for you this evening for some good old, and this is how we do it. Let's talk about it. Okay. I love that little saying, let's just talk about it. Because that's what we getting ready to do. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to welcome my panel. Gareth is here tonight. John Timothy Mims is here tonight in the house so far. Whoever else would like to join us, please do. And you can always just kick back and watch us live on YouTube as well if you don't want to be on the Zoom thing. We ain't mad at you. We just want you to be a part of it. Like, share, and subscribe, okay? And do know that anything we discuss today on the show or any day is not meant to intended to offend anyone. We're just having some grown conversation. We're just talking about it. And if any topic is not for you, we understand if you brush on by that one, but stay tuned because something will come up that's probably going to pique your interest. So again, I want to welcome you to the show this evening. And what we do in the beginning of the show, we do what? We do what?
Talk about
We do our toast to the host.
I got mine too.
You know what, John? We can't even see you. But
I'm glad I'm about to come right now.
Yeah, man.
Click, click, clank.
I'm trying to click this thing right.
Here come JJ. Let's wait on JJ so he can click. What you got, John? Come on now. We're gonna exercise patience with you.
No, I was rushing, and then you told me to stop because I was.
We gotta exercise patience with you.
No. I got more patience than anybody.
No, you don't. Hey, JJ.
What's good, y'all?
What's up? You came in on the
Garrett.
toast. Let's do the toast. Click, click, clank. Come on, boo. Come on. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it on the Donna Smith Show. Click, click, clank. Yes, yes. And we also have our panel member, JJ Shepherd, here tonight. And JJ, I want to welcome you back because I know we've been behind with our segments, but the last time I know you had some technical difficulties and you had to kind of bleep off on us, but you know, we knew you was there in spirit. We did get some of you for half of the show, and I want you to know we do appreciate you, and I appreciate all of you guys for finding time in your wonderful Sundays to come by when we do Sundays, because you know sometimes we change up, and we got to do, you know what I'm saying? So, right. And with that being said, you guys, anybody have anything to share today? Anything that you may have on your mind or you may have went through during the week or two, or just whatever. Maybe something.
Well, I want to let y'all know that I'm snacking on a healthy variety of cheeses and meats here and sauces.
Oh, let me see. So what you got?
So I got me some tomatoes, avocado, Harvati and dill, and some homemade chicken here, and some various sauces.
Well, nice. You got some good protein, veggies.
And then I got me some locally made rye bread from La Baguette here in Colorado Springs.
Oh, nice. So what's the occasion? What is it? What is the healthy eating or
no, I'm just
better eating or whatever?
I just got the munchies.
Grown folks, no, he didn't just say he got the munchies.
I got the munchies.
That's why you have such a lovely variety. I get it now.
Yeah.
So with the munchies, with that being said, years ago, I guess I had the munchies years ago, but I haven't been munching, for a long time due to that. But I mean, so when you get the munchies, you just kind of want to just eat whatever you got a taste for, or just eat anything.
I wanted to do some snacks because I didn't want to eat dinner. I didn't feel like cooking some elaborate meal. So this is my compromise.
But it will actually fill you up, especially the bread and the cheese. And I love bread and good old rye or sourdough bread with some good cheese. And, and like you say, you got some homemade chicken. Was it fried? Was it baked?
It was air fried.
Air fried. Okay.
Yeah.
I need to start with the air fried thing. I have one, and I have tasted air fried food, but I haven't actually experimented myself with doing things with it. And I've been told that once I go there, I'm not going to want to go back. It's just a lovely thing.
I only use my oven once a year as a result.
Really?
Yes.
So you air fry everything.
Air fry everything. I do use the stovetop for cooks for stovetop stuff. So things like that, if
you wanted to make a pot of rice or something like that.
So I use the stovetop for that. But otherwise, I don't use that oven. That oven is nice and clean. But I will be using it this Thanksgiving because my Cornish hens got to turn out a certain way, and the air fryer just don't do it.
Is that what you do instead of a turkey? You do the Cornish hens? I
do the Cornish hens, and I don't even eat the whole thing. I'll cut it in half and give the other half to my partner, and then we'll have a Cornish hen left for the next day.
Oh yeah. So when I cook mine, and I haven't in a while, I need to. They so tender and good. I split mine down the middle too. Open it up and cook it that way. But I love them, and that is a great alternative to. Instead of having a big, huge turkey, is having a few of them Cornish hens in there, and maybe do you some dressing and, some mac and cheese and all that good stuff that goes along with it. It's been a minute. My daughter used to do the Thanksgiving thing, and I can throw down. It's just that with my Cordell. With my schedule and commute, I've been past 2 years. It's been hard for me to get the day after Thanksgiving off.
Right.
So I get up at 5:15 every day, and I can't imagine throwing down like that, having a few family members over, got to clean up the kitchen, put food away and all that, and get up at 5 o'clock. That ain't going to happen. Right.
Right.
So I haven't been able to do it, but we'll see this year what happens. I mean, it's a seniority thing, and usually those who have a little bit more.
I'm a firm believer in keeping it simple, and I don't really talk to the family out here, so it'll just be maybe me, my partner, and a friend, and that's about it.
Oh, okay.
Just
right.
Keep it simple.
Well, we are doing the Care to Share. Cordell, how are you? Welcome.
Good evening.
And, we already did our toast, but we'd like to, if there's anything that you have to share. JJ shared his lovely, healthy dish that he's having tonight. I thought he was eating to be health conscious, but he said he has the munchies.
Well, that's always a good reason.
He kept it 100 real. I'm gonna tell you, somebody was getting some blood pressure check or something at the hospital. They came to get a blood pressure check, and they were boasting, saying, "Oh my goodness, my blood pressure was so perfect this time. When I came last time, blood pressure was off the chart. And I say, well, what did you do so different? What made it? They say, oh, I just smoked some weed before I came in here.
That'll do it.
Well, I guess that will do it too.
I say, dude, I say, are you serious? They say, yeah. I smoked some weed. I sat back and I chilled, and I went in there and they took my blood. He said my blood pressure was the best that it's been in 6 months. I said, what?
I believe it.
I would think that it would rev you. Well, I don't know, because Mary Jane, that's what they call it?
Maybe it depends on what strain, and everybody's different.
Yeah, because some of it, because going to those cannabis stores or whatever, I just learned a little bit about it. Somebody was sharing it with me. Don't think I went in the dispensary to buy me none, y'all, because I don't do all that. Okay. But
you saying that like it's a bad thing. I
It's
know.
legal now.
Said that like a bad thing.
But they had different kind. They got
the
the kind that rev you up. They got the kind that bring you down. They got the
don't bring you down.
All kinds of stuff.
It don't bring you down.
I'll put it this way. No, I put it.
Someone who don't smoke go tell you what it
yeah,
do.
the best way to say what the dispensary is. It's like going to a vineyard.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like going to a vineyard and say, hey, we got all these different types of wine. You need to try some. But the two biggest kind are in sativa and indigo. Everything else are hybrid from that. Just like everything's red or white, but we got Chablis, we got Chardonnays, we got, Montels or whatever you want to call it. A little bit of everything.
But I hear the sativa is supposed to be a little lot. It kind of hype you up a little more, right? The other one
depends. It all depends.
On what? How addicted you are?
It didn't. No. Oh no. This is not someone we would be discussing. What happened? What happened to the last name? This right here.
I mean, help me out, because the more addicted you are, the more you're going to be able to tolerate it differently.
That's not true. And why are you saying addicted? You started out first like, let y'all know I don't do this. Like,
okay, let's just keep it 100. Let's just talk about it. Talk about it. 100. Okay.
You got.
So you're saying that marijuana is not a drug? It's not addictive? There's not people addicted to marijuana?
I did not say that. See, be
careful. That's what I'm asking. No.
Hold on. Let's stick with one subject. The subject was, the comment was, people who are addicted are not affected by it so much. But based off when you were talking about like a sativa or indica or a hybrid, it's going to affect people differently according to THC count, according to the flower and everything. So it's not just general. It's not general. It's not like saying what menthol cigarettes would do. It's not that. It's all deals with the THC. It deals with the quantity, deals with the person. Sometimes you can have a lightweight who can smoke more than a heavyweight. So it all depends on the person, period. It ain't got nothing to do with addiction.
So okay, again, I ask, is marijuana an addictive drug?
Cake is addictive. People
We're
can be addictive.
We're not talking about cake,
but I can't say, because I'm not a scientist.
I just asked the question.
I can't answer that to say marijuana is addictive when, yes, people can be addicted to it, but I can't say that it as a single source is addictive. Because some people would probably, you have some people who can probably quit smoking marijuana faster than some people can quit eating chocolate. So it all depends. You got to look. It all comes down to an individual thing.
There's food addicts too.
There's all kind of addicts. It don't matter.
Right. There's food addicts. There's coffee addicts. There's drug addicts. There's marijuana addicts. There's cocaine addicts. There's meth addicts. There's all kinds. Okay. But some will say,
astrology addicts, there are horoscope addicts,
but some will say, and I just want to dig deeper into this, because marijuana is, people use it for medicinal if I'm saying that correctly. Yeah, purposes that is not considered a drug and it's not addictive. So I just wanted to know you guys' opinion on that. That's all. I just want to know your opinion. JJ, don't be acting like your mouth is stuck together.
Drugs are manufactured, in a way that we grow straight up out the ground. Now, if people are making adjustments and all this, that's different. But let's just take the natural root of it. It comes from the ground. All you need to do is dry it to a point to where it's smokable. That's just all you really have. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
But when you start talking about this is where I have an issue about how we say things about drugs. Now, if we start seeing, okay, you take cocaine comes from a plant, right? It's just a plant. But when you start going through the process and creating all these different things with it, like crack on top of that and everything, that's a drug. That's a whole different man that took it and manipulated it to get it to work the way he wanted it to work. With your buds, when you grow your buds, your plant first is either going to be male plant, female plant, or what they call it, hermaphrodite or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, your plant gonna be one.
Talking about marijuana plant? You talking about?
Yeah, it's gonna be a male, a female, or God, I can't pronounce that sometimes, but hermaphrodite, if I said that right. But and then on top of that, your plant is it gonna yield? I mean, there's so many different things that come involved with that. Did your plant yield only a pound, or did it yield 4 pounds? It is a whole lot of things, because when the plant, and I say this because trust me, yes, that's my testimony, JJ. I was a grower for a long time. That's how I got busted, got my legal troubles, but I grew for a long time. I grew with California hillbillies from up north. So I'm gonna tell you that it has nothing to do with when people say, "Oh, you take one strain and it's this strain and this make you do this." Because for me, when I was an indica smoker, and that's just the bottom line. Indica, and I might get some sesame in. But other than that, I was an indica smoker and some Thai stick. But with indica, people
what
say,
is indica? That's a strong
they say indica make you, like you were saying, one bring you up, one bring you down. Indica to me, indica is whatever you doing. If you partying, indica gonna party with you. If you chilling, watching a movie, munching out, indica gonna chill and watch a movie and munch out with you. Now you take sativa. Sativa supposed to keep you going. It's supposed to have you more of alert, more because you have one that's more of a head high. But you could be on chill on some sativa and everything, and next thing you know, you be dozing out off that too. It all depends on the person. It all depends on the purpose, the strain. It's a lot, and how you take it in. Did you digest it? Because eating it is a whole different ball game.
Another ball game.
That's a whole nother ball game.
And that's why people who eat it get a different kind of high.
Well, a lot of times it depends.
Or a more potent high.
A lot of times it's really what happens is it sneaks up on them and they're not expecting it. And then it just go bam. But anytime you digest something, that's in your system.
Yeah,
smoking weed sneaks up on you too.
No, it don't. No. Oh, see, here we go. The weed smoker gonna tell folks how to do it now.
Here you go.
Here we go. We go.
I'll say this.
Weed smoking don't creep up on you. You ain't sitting back chilling, and then all of a sudden,
look here. I done took a hit and had my head spinning. First hit, first light. Took that sucker, inhaled that sucker, inhaled that sucker. And next thing you know, boom! And then after that, I was like, "Hello, darling." Sue, I done took one hit. Check this out. let me tell you, they got things called selfies, or some of them they call slims or whatever. They're little half-gram joints. One hitter, one person, take them to the face, and you will be good and go. I had a cousin,
They
boy.
call what?
They call well, that's just a brand called selfies, but I'm calling them
Oh,
selfies because they're small. They're just one
Mhm.
hit. Take a couple hits real quick, and you throw the thing away. And them things you take a couple hits and you will feel it. By the time you put that out, put your shades back on and straighten yourself up, you gonna be your swag gonna take a change.
Mhm.
are you serious?
No lie.
Yeah,
Well,
yes, I'm very
well,
serious.
well, John, that was like back in the days, I'll say the late 70s, when sesame was not that popular, but it was costly. It was
Hmm.
kind of like depending on the potency, it'll do the same thing to you.
Hmm.
So all you may need is one or two good hits, and that was it. You put it
Hmm.
down for the rest of
It
three,
was
four
four. It
hours.
was four good weed straight.
Yeah,
It was indica. It was chocolate Thai. It
yeah,
was some that candy. They used to call it Bobo Sass because it tastes like a red cherry Jolly Rogers cherry stick. And they had the Acapulco Gold. Them was the four main that you would chase.
Tastes like a
You
red cherry stick.
like Jolly Ranchers, the cherry stick, from the Jolly Roger stick you used to go buy for a nickel. Them little flat sticks, it had like this sweet candy taste to it. But them was the only thing you worried about. Hey, what you got? I used to take indica and go trade it up on Third Street because they had all the chocolate Thai. So I would take indica and go trade it up there for Thai stick, and they would love it. So we would do good trades, and I mean on the stick. And then I would take either Thai stick sometimes, and I'll take it over to Bolinas, and I'll trade it for sesame. I mean, this is just things you did. It wasn't all this purple Kush gunk and chocolate cake, ice cream, butterscotch, and all this kind of junk. They got so
those are
you going,
commercial names.
yeah, you go in them
Is
dispensaries. They
that the
got that.
name of the marijuana?
No, that's the name of their so-called flavors. But the cold part
It's,
is the bottom line is either indica or sativa.
yeah,
It's the bottom line.
it's two strands
It's
really.
too much all that other junk. And it's all and then you got to look at you got people who are hydroing. So you got plants that are being grown within 3 months and all this kind of junk. When I was growing, it was never none of that. It was in the ground. You let it grow, you tended to them, you clipped them like you're supposed to, you pinched them because you pinch the top because you could tell if it's a male, and you can look at the branches if it's a female or male.
But what's
If
the
my
difference between male and female?
Because the male for one, he's gonna seed. You got to remember, what do you say? The seed of a man, right? The male plant produces the seed. So what the male plant do is he releases pollen. So so a good grower, what you do is you leave your male plants for a certain amount when you know how to grow. You leave them for a certain time, and you know before they're going to pop, before they're going to pollinate, and you leave them. The reason you leave them, I'm telling you, that's why I say I don't believe in no big brain theory, because the female plant, when there's a male plant around, the female plant starts to blossom even more, like she's trying to show off or look good for the male plant. And then as they get to mature, then the male plant will release the pollen that is for that female. So what
Are
you
you
do is,
serious, John?
yes, I'm very serious. So what I do is I take plastic garbage bags, I put it over my male plants, and I remove the male plants. When I put the garbage bags over the male plants, you got to look. I want my strain to continue. So I take probably my most like medium or whatever, or if I depending on how many really good female plants I got, I take a good female plant, I remove her from the bunch, and I take that bag that I stuck over the male plant and I stick it over the female plant, and I shake it because it got pollen in it. It got pollen in that bag. And then when I take that off, what's going to happen? Now my female plants start going to produce nice seeds. And now I got some seeds. That's why seeds, when you produce, man, look here, folks pay like $1,000 for seeds. I mean, they pay money for seeds. Let's just put it that way. I know when I was coming up to get indica tiger stripe seeds, you spending money. And
can you replant those seeds?
that's what you do. And we were smoking oh man, please. All this, I mean, skunk weed, real skunk. Smell like the skunk is in the house or in your backyard or somewhere around the house, or you done got in the car, wherever you at, that skunk done showed up. But they don't have that no more.
Lane, huh, John?
That's right. You're not getting that no more. They making all this other junk, all these flavors, catering to flavors, is doing the same thing that the tobacco industry is doing, putting flavors on tobacco, but it's still the same god dog junk. And I be telling people, I don't like that junk. It's chemicals. Someone say, no. I took a bud and I took a lighter. I held the lighter up to the bud and I say, watch this. And that sucker starts sounding like cereal. Sound just like Rice Krispies. Snap, crackle, pop. Did. All them chemicals burning up in that
So
junk.
it pops and crackles because it got chemicals in it?
Yeah, because they putting these different chemicals and stuff in there. Trust me. Look here. I have a book. I still have that book. Rosenberg was the author, is the original marijuana growers, is considered the Bible for marijuana growers. I still have my book. I got some tape holding the page on the back and other thing because the cover was coming off. I'm gonna tell you, it's real growing. It's an art. It's a science to it. This junk to it, it is an art and a science to it. But everybody and their mama growing. Now you got some people who growing outdoor weed. They getting the right permits and they're growing some goods. But you got this hydroponic stuff that is growing in water, basically. The roots sit up on the thing. They're never in no dirt. It's a whole lot that go to it.
Wow.
Did somebody tell me I got some indica? Well, you need to tell me where you messed up was. You should have said I got some good indica. Not just you got some indica. What that mean? I got some money. But did I tell you how much? I got 17
cents. Smoke shop got indica, right?
The smoke shop better not have no indica.
Oh.
They can't even sell it. And then dispensaries and like blunts, when people used to get the tobacco blunts, well, when you get your blunts from the dispensary, they're hemp wraps because dispensaries can't sell tobacco products. They're not allowed to sell tobacco products.
Well, that is an educational, let's talk about it situation right there.
I can show you how to grow some herbs.
That's all right. I don't
all I said was munchies. Now look where we at.
I know we didn't went all the way out to actually I should get my microphone and interview him and write a book on this because that's some information for you. You know, I didn't know it was no male and female and seeds, and seemed like the woman would be the one spitting out the seed.
She's spitting out the buds. See, when she blossomed and she bud up, boom, 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 right? Just think about a woman. What do a man look? He look at her shape. He look how she blows up, and that's how the plant look. And then that man is sitting up there looking at that woman and he ready to release his seed. So who got the seeds?
Oh, Lord. Moving right along. Anybody else got anything to share that ain't got nothing to do with blossom and seeds? Y'all cool. Everybody,
the whole world is built on seeds.
You can't play with Mother Nature.
We appreciate you.
Tell again, Cordell.
I said you can't play with Mother Nature.
I still got my reservations about some of that, but you know, if y'all do what you do, do what you do. I ain't discriminating. I mean, whatever. I don't know. I just, like I said, I gave my personal opinion about it. Everybody got an opinion, so it's all good. It's all good. Moving right along, y'all. Them 49ers today, boy, I tell you. I could have just screamed. We almost had it, y'all. We almost had it. That's a game we should have won too.
No, that's not. No, it's
Yes,
not.
it is.
No, it's not.
Why
No, it's
not?
not. Because Cleveland kicked our ass on that field. They
No,
shut
they
us down.
didn't.
Yes, they did.
That
Are you
last field
listening to
goal
me?
kick we should have
See,
got.
no,
We
no,
would
no,
have
no,
won.
no, 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 no. They shut the 49ers down. Stop it. They shut the 49ers down. Yeah. Oh, that's a person who just I forgot. That's a t-shirt cap person. Just go buy me a t-shirt and a cap. It's called statistics.
So, so in my opinion, this is where what happened. When you lose 2 players halfway through the game, and you're playing a tough defense like Cleveland had, it's a wrap. So
Not necessary though, Cordell, because you got to look. Debo's been out for a long time, and they was playing
he hasn't
without
been
Debo.
he
But we
hasn't been
still got
contributing that
we
much
still
throughout the weeks. But see what
that's true
happened.
too. But you
Think
still
about it.
got. But
Think
the
about
problem
this
is
though,
you still
John.
had Jennings and Ayuk, and you had Purdy overthrowing the ball.
Yeah,
So
but they took away one big weapon that I don't think anybody's really talking about. The tight end routes that they really rely on a lot was taken away. They
by the
didn't
what? By the what?
either the linebackers and the cornerbacks was double teaming Kittle. You didn't see it, but it had to happen
Well,
because
by that defense shut them down.
yeah, they couldn't want to run outside. They couldn't run anything off tackle. So it was done.
They couldn't do nothing. They was even let me tell you, that bug ran all through the team. Field goal kicker he couldn't even kick the game winner from home from a god dog distance of an extra point almost. It was bad all around. He missed earlier. It was bad.
Yeah,
The Niners had 80 something yards on them first drive. After that, accumulated drives, they had less yards than that one they got the touchdown. It
yeah.
was bad. It was bad.
All that was done. It was just really came down to 2 things in my opinion. Bad coaching, because you couldn't adapt to the loss of 2 players, and you didn't really use the clock in the last 4 minutes right. So those things happen, when you're playing football. It's just still a game. You guys have to play, you got to play the game. So
yeah.
Hey,
they still are a great team, and I
win
think
some, you lose
well.
some.
Mm-hmm.
Just take your ball home and say, "Mama, I lost. Can I have dinner? I lost the game. Where's the dinner plate?"
Yeah.
You gotta look.
They're gonna come back strong next week.
Purdy had more incompletes than he had completions.
Did he throw 2 picks? I think wasn't it 2 interceptions?
I mean, the boy, he only had like 12 completions or something like that.
Yeah, it was a bad day all the way around.
Yeah, but you have good games. You have bad games.
The football games. People play. You got to play. Somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't take. I still can't take nothing from Cleveland. Number one,
good game.
that's one of the number 1 Ds. And then for a backup quarterback came in there and control and ran the offense.
Well, you know what I think would have happened though? There was really because they lost their halfback Chubbs. Now, if they had him playing, it would have been worse. Because Cleveland has a good halfback. His name's Chubbs. Last year he did well, and I'm sure he's doing well before he got hurt. So
yeah,
it would have been a good game.
Well, it looks like we'll see them again.
No, you won't.
No.
I think so. You don't think Cleveland is that good?
to go to the Super Bowl in the AFC. They got to get past Miami.
They're in a different division league, so you won't see them.
We won't see them. Okay.
No.
Okay. We won't see y'all. Ha ha ha. Let's just keep it moving then, okay? Now, moving right along real quick, you guys. What about this? You heard in the news about Will Smith and Jada Smith have been separated for the past 7 years. They've been living separately for the past 7 years. It just came out. And then there's a lot of rumors too. But they don't have plans to divorce, but they have been separated. And the rumors that they have an open marriage, they're swinging, somebody's gay, all this stuff. Well, it's a no. That's not happening. That's not true. That's just a bunch of hogwash. You guys heard some stuff about that? And what do you think about?
Who said it was a bunch of hogwash?
What if Jada said it's not true?
So there's people, this other guy, let's just take this one guy who was the biggest news headline around their family, but there was nothing going on.
Well, it came from her. She said no.
Okay.
None of those
Yeah, well,
things,
you know what?
None of those things are true. The media sometimes, yeah, none of those things are true.
Listen, but some people say some things because they just not gonna admit it either. But you got all this pattern of stuff that is saying all these things. Plus, you got the kids acting a trip behind everything. Even with the separation, they tripping off that. They already talked about how they already acting out behind it. You know, so
well, the separation was they were living separately even when he went up and slapped Chris Rock at the
but the fact is,
I mean, they wasn't together.
How do we take how do fans take some of that when it's very clear and factual that there was another man involved at one time?
You gotta give me more on that.
The man she was messing around with that we all knew about. What's the guy named JJ? August. Thank you. You know what I was gonna say? I thought his name was September. I knew it was a month.
What?
There was a song about it. DJ Sway remixed it and remixed the conversation. It goes entanglement with August, entanglement with August, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, go look that up. It's funny.
To me, my personal opinion, that's why I don't get into celebrity stuff because it's weird. But they seem weird. They really do. Now he's sitting up here,
They are. They're weird.
They're very weird. And so when we talk about, people get so bent behind this, and I'm just like, I don't know. I guess because that's not my type. I'm not a TMZ must record it and watch it. And celebrity, what was that other one used to come on? I used to be so mad. I'd be watching some Celebrity Access. I remember that because I used to hate that show so much. I just, it's like, if you think about these relationships, especially in Hollywood, let's just say Hollywood, just for Hollywood alone, the handful that you get to talk about that are really doing good things in the community and other things, even their families and whatever doing stuff. You don't hear nothing about that, John, because they know what your ears want to hear. Your ears want to hear how Will Smith praised his wife for her book, Worthy, and how the rumor is Will Smith might be gay or have some gay tendencies, or the rumor is that other people were involved in their relationship. You just had the one girl. There's one person talked about not too long ago, but it's a trip how some things come up, but then they don't stick with it too long, because it don't carry. Either the person don't carry that name that people want to talk about or whatever. But
absolutely.
Well,
gossip.
You heard what Chris Rock told her, keep my name, keep my damn name out your mouth. because she said up here talking about how he tried to hit on her and stuff. Now, who do we believe, her or Chris? Who do we believe? Because let me, before you say something, remember her
How you
Tupac
gonna
story
ask me a
changed
question and then tell
all
me to wait before
because I
I
want
say?
you because I said
You gotta
remember,
let people talk.
but I'm giving you something to help think.
You know,
Remember,
I'm gonna
give
think
it.
anyway.
Okay, wait, I'm making a wait. I can't make a
I
comment.
mean, let me.
Correct. I can't make a
I'm
comment
gonna
like
think anyway, but let me
but
think it.
no, but I was just saying, but let's also while you thinking, let's just remember how her story was so crazy around Tupac.
Okay.
But then we trust them words about, so to me, am I to trust her or are we to trust what Chris Rock said about him not hitting on her? But we gonna believe Jada.
I honestly think we shouldn't really be subscribing to this because they were
Thank you.
pushed in our faces in the late 90s when they got together. They were all over Essence magazine and Ebony magazine. They were pushed as the America's and Black America's power couple. And you didn't stop seeing them in Jet magazine, all photographed together like everything was all romantic. Exactly. And they looked like this big old happy family. So I think the reason why people are so focused on it is because it's all that image that they put in front of us is falling apart.
Exactly. You said it, JJ.
Really, it's not really that big of a deal. Families break up all the time. Families separate. I have some family members in my family that separated for 8 years and they got back together. It happens. Marriages are not perfect. And the fact that they want to push that.
Sometimes separation could be a good thing because it does help you.
We got all this divorce court on TV. Come on now, ain't nobody's marriage perfect. So hopefully it works out. But I think the dangerous part about this is they keep not. It's not just Jada putting this out in public. Will's been talking about it too. Don't you say Jada yap.
That's right.
Because Will was yapping too. He liked to talk too much too. And we don't care. We got our own problems to deal with. Y'all got money and y'all got these problems. Come on now. We over here.
Show you with money doesn't change life and problems. Trust me.
We were over here. We over here juggling our light bill and our grocery bill and cutting subscriptions that we don't want to cut. Okay. That's what we're doing. We're not worried about this at all.
Trying to figure out how not to pay back your student
said
loan.
about money, though, the thing is, if we have the same story, we're going to be shamed. But when you're in Hollywood and you have that kind of money, it's just it's the talk. It's the talk of the town. It's entertaining and everything else. But you come and you say, well, yeah, I was messing with my kid's son and we was messing around. You would be shamed. Your family, everybody, you would be shamed.
Oh, but you talking about your son's friend?
Yeah, but here we just move on. We just move on and we keep it going. And that's even more scandalous too. I'm gonna trust a bride who mess with her kids. No, can't bring nobody home. They had no sleepovers, JJ.
But I mean,
Jada was over here like,
it's cold.
Let me bake some cookies.
People are judged,
I got a cookie you could eat.
It's nothing wrong with judging by truth, because if the truth is that she was messing.
Excuse me. What did you say, JJ?
I said I got a cookie you could eat.
If they want a
That's
cookie,
what Jada was saying to August.
Is it chocolate chip or chocolate hunk or chocolate nuts or what is it?
And August didn't have a problem talking about it. But that's the more. I mean, but you got to think. You dealing with your kid's friend, and you want to talk to you want to talk to America about morals and certain things. Okay?
Like this invalidates the whole red table talk. Like I'm glad they took it off. Like get that out of Facebook. I was sick of scrolling on Facebook and seeing the whole conversations and all that. Get that out of here.
That junk is crazy.
Yeah. It is.
Junk is
It
crazy.
is. And we gonna move right along because we can have a whole show on all that. It just don't make no sense. I got something else to talk about. Hey, me and John was talking briefly before the show, and I'd like to bring this back up. Me, John, and Gareth about I don't want to stay on it too long because we did talk about it, but I want to just bring it out here because it was kind of interesting. You know, when folks get together and they get married, and again, and they, you know, the thing about letting go of your past name, you know, they want to hyphenate it. Their maiden name, they want to hyphenate it due to whatever business reasons or, you know, connections, whatever it is. And then you have those who were married before, still have their married name, and then they get married again and they want to hyphenate that married name with the new married name. And so when we were talking about it, you know, these two wonderful men, they felt like it ain't no, it shouldn't be no hyphenation, period. You get married, you take on that man's name. If you got your business in, let's say, quote unquote, Smith, your business still stays in Smith, but you're now Jones as far as your new name, right? What do you guys think about that?
As far as your family name has become.
I have a family member. I have a family member that this is another family member of mine. I think it's a diss. I think it's throwing shade. And they tell this family member happy birthday, Miss, and say all the last names of all the people they was married to, and that's not, that's not the name that's on Facebook. So it's like, why are you doing all
that's a diss right there. That's a shame.
I think that's a diss. And I asked my family member about it that was being dissed, and they was like, I ain't sweating that. They can post whatever, I don't care. Like they didn't care. They was like, whatever, they can do whatever. Like
they didn't trip on a name. But what if that person,
I took it as shame.
What if that person, like I said, thanks for sharing that, JJ. That's hot mess right there, for real. That's a diss. But this person has a name. They want to keep their name, but they want to add you on. What do you think about that? I mean, is it all about a name?
Yeah, that's why I mentioned it. It looks bad. Like it really does.
Here's what, and I had to ask my friend what did he do this. I know this person. I got married about 10 years ago. He took on the surname of his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Where they do that at?
Excuse me?
I know somebody did that too, Courtney.
Where they do that at? He took on her name?
Yes.
Yeah, that's becoming more modern now.
Yes.
More accepted.
He took on her name, her surname. They live in California. But I asked him why did he go that route? What was his reason for to go that route? But
somebody got feedback on their mic. I'm sorry. Somebody got feedback.
Never got a clear answer. So I just left it alone. But to me, I thought it was kind of odd because I never really seen a man that I knew that took on his wife's surname. I just thought it was a little odd.
So he didn't really have an answer for it.
No, he didn't give me an answer for it. It was probably personal, but I had to ask the question anyway. So thought it was strange.
Maybe he's committing bigamy.
Yeah, that wasn't the case. It could have been something else. Yeah, it could have been something else.
That's interesting. I mean, I've never heard of such a thing, but apparently it does happen.
Yeah.
I know somebody did the same thing, but he did it kind of in a well, according to his family, put it this way, in a henpecked way. You know, following what she did. So he took on her dad's name, right?
Right.
So now later down the line, parents didn't approve of it or nothing. Well, it was a big issue with his parents later down the line. And he started having the issue about their home. And they were like, you don't honor our name. You took on another man's name as if you were the bride.
Right.
You know,
Did they get married?
he married this woman,
Oh,
and
the
he
woman.
took on her daddy's name because she still had her dad, her maiden name. So he now he carries the name of her father, and his kid carries the name of, so his son, who's a junior, carries the name of her father, the surname. So how do you think the grandfather feel? The grandmother. And the cold part is she's the one who's more upset, seems like, than the father was.
Yeah, that's
Because
crazy.
that's her name. That's her family. A man takes a wife and he moves them into his home, right? I mean, that's the whole thing. What is really saying is a man brings his wife into his family. That's what they're saying. And that side of the family is so just, oh man, they feel so, and she is the main antagonizer, if you want to put it. Now he got my, but see, she feel like so it comes down to where they feel like she thinks she accomplished something. She's been conquered. She's divided and conquered.
Well, yeah, that goes a little deeper than somebody not letting go of their maiden name when they get married. I mean, I haven't heard of such a thing of these two.
With cigarette.
In the memo, when you get married, you get married. What?
That's right. Thank you. Thank you. Great. Thank you. Exactly. The two becomes
what?
Thank you, sir. That's the bottom line. Cause you ain't gonna come to me, some other cat. Y'all ever watch that show? Are We There Yet? It's the television series with Terry Crews and Ice Cube and S.N. Atkins and all of them. Well, their last name is Kingston Persons, because she's hyphenated her name using her ex-husband's name. Now check this out. He was pissed about it. And everything. Like, what you doing keeping his name? She talked about business. That's fine. But what you keeping his name for? So he ended up taking the same name. So Charlie Murphy played the ex-husband. So he come in and he go, check this out. I should sue you for impersonation. Impersonate me, because he said, I see you took my name. Of course they had a little thing where I took your family, so I might as well take your name. But it was the whole fact, about the hyphen. And even the mama was like, well, why should that be and this is her ex-husband's name. Now, do you think I want to be, well, I ain't gonna say it for a woman, because she don't understand that, because she's not going to have to deal with that. This is something that you defend. This is, it's a trip, because they used to say, hey, I remember my father used to say, if I ain't got anything, I got my name.
Right.
Because your name, people now, they say word is bond. But when you speak, it was like you signing with your name, your signature. So it was like, all I got is my name. And that right there that's what it was about. But now, shoot, it's going to be like, well, I'm the only one with my name. So what do you name the kids? What do when folks don't want to, it's a trip, because you want to say, oh, no, I'm keeping my name. I ain't changing my name. But you're going to put them kids in. Why you don't put them kids with the same last name as yours? because it ain't gonna work that well if we go to the DA for some child support. So we're gonna have to put your name on it. See, it only works when it's beneficial.
Yeah. The other question I always had, I always wondered about this. So I'm not a woman. Maybe you can answer this, Donna, in your opinion. When a woman gets divorced, why does she keep their surname instead of going back to her maiden name?
Well, we had briefly talked about that. My opinion is that when you have certain business ties or obligations with that name still, say for instance, you may have a business or property or debtors, or you know, your job, you know, because you got to go through a lot of stuff to change your name now. Social Security, DMV, you know, retirement, you got to go through these steps, right? So a lot of people it's like, well, I don't feel like dealing with all that, man. Whatever. If I get married again, whatever. I mean, my maiden name is Greer. Grier. Okay. That's my born name. And it is listed on my Facebook. But yes, I am. Yes, I am. I am. Yes, I am. So the thing is, and you don't, it's rare that you see IER, Greer. You usually see EER. IER is very unique. So anyway,
my friend name is spelled like that. That's why I asked you before a while ago.
IER.
If you was Ken, he's staying Vallejo. Greg Greer.
Who knows? My dad had a lot of folks on his side that he said I had a lot of relatives on this side of the bay that I had never met. And I probably need to look into that because I've met a lot of them through Facebook. I've also seen them come to my place of employment. I'm like, wow, are we related? And we end up finding out, yeah, you my cousin, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, but I've kept my past married name because I have a lot of stuff going on with that. And I personally made the decision to do that because it was just too exhausting, too complicated to be changing everything. And I was not even on the page of getting married again. I said, if I got married again, of course, I would go straight into, you know, my new husband's name. Without a doubt, I wouldn't hold on to this name I have. And I have talked to people who have hyphenated their name, like say Greer Smith or something like that. And it worked for them for whatever reason. Some don't trip on it. It's just a name. You're holding on to your you know, your born name and adding on your new family name and whatever. We together forever. You my husband, I'm your wife. They don't trip. But there is some men who really are strong about that. And just like it's some women who are going through beef, they have kids, perhaps they're not in a relationship with this person, whatever, they end up giving their child their born last name. They don't give their child, which they have that choice and right, the daddy's last name. Some would say, wow, why do that?
You know, some of that is done when either father's not around or some other issue. But a lot of times the kids are given the name of the father, especially
Most of the time they
he's
are, but it's a lot of times.
But there is true, there are some who take on. And there's a lot of reasons, because some of them do that as well, because they're also multiple fathers. And they don't want, and I've heard them saying, my kids are not going to have different last names.
Right.
But that's impossible. You just decided to not to let them use it, because in actuality, they do got different last names because they got different fathers.
Right.
You just decided not to let them use it. That's all that is. Let's not, but you know, it's a trip how we want to play on that. But when it let something legal come down, property or money, let something come down, oh hell. Oh hell. That's when that name going. Ooh,
I mean, yeah, they got the dad on the birth certificate.
oh yeah, but see, you don't want to carry my name, but you want the benefits of the name.
Well,
Hello. Hell, ain't no well.
everybody got their reasons and rhymes. I
Ain't no
can't judge
well.
on it because everybody got the reasons of why they do whatever. I mean, it could be the man was married or something, and to protect
Why the
things,
man
they
gotta
just
be
said
married?
the man
Why?
could have been married and impregnated his
Why the
mistress.
woman couldn't have been married?
Well, I'm just saying, in the case of her not giving the child his last name,
Because I'm gonna tell you
that
a
could be
real
one of the
life.
reasons.
I'm gonna tell you a real life, and this is family. The mother ended up having 2 kids. She had multiple kids, but 2 of them kids she had with my great uncle. And she had a kid in between the 2. Mess around and gave the kids her husband's name, right? Later, the kids they come to know who their daddy is. She never gave them their name, right? Do you know it played a role on them? On one of them, I know for sure because we was real close. It played a big role because he always felt, you know what he felt like? That his father was ashamed of him by not giving him his name. Now we all carry the name, but he's the only one who wasn't carrying it. And here you is around your family, all the last name, but then they holler out a whole nother name for you. You know, see, a lot of times we don't think when you go into talking about a family, if you gonna go doing it, and I ain't saying all families, marriage is perfect, but if that's what you going on into, you can't be shortcutting stuff like we gonna do this or we gonna do it this way. Because you don't you so caught the problem is folks be so caught up on their feelings and instead of the overall, what is the overall effect of the family? How is your kids gonna feel because you running around here like this and you like that? I remember growing up, I, me- I remember I remember these kids, boy. They was the baddest kids. I mean, for 4 years straight, they had to win the award for the baddest kids. And I'm telling you, but let me tell you the cold part is they used to fight each other like nobody business. But you know what they used to do? They used to talk about each other's dad.
Kids will do that.
But see, this is the thing though. Do we say what kids would do that, but we get the kids there? And a lot of
They
times
got
that's
different
them.
daddies.
But a lot of times that talking everything because the mama talking crazy about the different daddies, and that's where the kids pick it up from.
A lot of times the
And
mothers
then they
are.
shoot it, and they shooting at each other. They
Yeah.
don't come out just shooting it at each other like that.
Yeah. A lot of times the mothers are, and that's a
So
big.
we don't think about these kids. So if I'm a married and we talking about being a family, we're not gonna have this. I want to prevent less questions as possible. And one of them is, why is your name this way and mama name that way? Something is simple, then you talk about family, but that shows division in a way. Just like Gareth said, the 2 become 1.
They do.
But we got 2 different names. So
No, they
mentally,
just
some
got your
type of
name added
psychosis.
on. They just got your name added on.
Added add means an addition. So so therefore we're dealing with an additional name. Should I say put it that way? So now so somewhere in the psychosis, that's gonna deal with folks. When we don't realize that little stuff somewhere affect. Because when things comes to where family, or we come to, probably someone addressing someone or whatever. Here you got one name, for instance. So we're quite sure a person is not using, oh, my name is Mrs. Linda Smith. No, not if her husband is Robinson. Now she would be Mrs. Linda Robinson. So then she shows up, say an affair at her job, and she brings her husband. But everybody only know her as this Linda Williams, or what have you. And then she introduced this guy, and all they know is this is probably some date or whatever. It don't even identify as a husband.
That's why if you're gonna keep it, you have to hyphenate it. That's why.
You have to hyphenate it.
If you're going to keep it, if that's your choice to hold on to your maiden name for whatever reason, hyphenate it. If that's your, you can't just leave your husband's name off.
Yeah.
But a lot of people do. A lot of women do. A lot of women do. They leave the name off. A lot leave it off.
Yeah.
Probably just as much, if not as much, and then they do hyphenate.
Well, I know somebody who left the husband's name off because he owed a whole lot of money to the IRS.
Okay. Now we talking legal reasons. But
I'm just saying. I'm just giving an example.
I'm talking general moral reasons, morally, or with some.
Well, we didn't specify the difference. I'm just making a point. I know somebody.
I understand that. I mean, you got old people getting a divorce so they can get full benefits from their Social Security.
True.
But I'm saying in the general tradition wise, when you leaving a name off deliberately, is almost like a slap in the face. Not accepting my name.
I don't think you should get married and leave a name off deliberately. But
okay, but then that goes back to the couple you saying who just about came about getting a divorce after discussing the name after they got married.
They wanted to hyphenate.
But after they got married,
hyphenate the name they had with another ex-husband. They wanted to keep that because of their business reasons and this and that, and hyphenate their husband's name on top of that.
I got that, but that was after they got married. So you just said yourself, before you get married, they should have been knowing. And then that's why I said, well, let's go back to that couple. We get married, and then now we're going to start talking about the name?
I don't think they waited until they got married and talked about it, John. I think that it was a thing where, well, maybe so, because they were married and he was talking about leaving the marriage. So apparently he must have went for it when they married and there was no problem. And then all of a sudden, maybe he started feeling some kind of way and wanted
or
her
maybe maybe she said she was going to change it, and she did.
True.
Okay. This is the fence is in. That's a reason for the fence.
Yeah, I mean, it could be both ways. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying, whatever the situation, whether she said she was going to do it or he said he was okay with it, he came to a point he didn't want that name on there no more. And he wanted her to take it off. And she did not want to take it off. So they almost got a divorce, but they didn't. And the name remained.
How are they today?
They're still together. And she still has the name hyphenated. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they looked at it as, what we have is a lot bigger than a name. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what happened after the fact other than they still together. But, yeah, very interesting. But let's move on, you guys. Thank you very much for sharing. That is a very hot direction.
See that headstone. Husband and wife married with each other, that headstone reading the ex-husband's name as well next to my damn headstone on my grave. You done put, man, I'll burn the whole graveyard down. Cause I'm going to hell. The whole graveyard going to hell. Shit.
You can't do that.
Yeah, I'll try. Hell, I got a head start. I'm 6 feet under. I got a head
That's
start.
anger management, please.
I don't need no anger management in hell. It's all about kindness management in hell.
You can't do that. That's terrible.
Just
I want to know.
Just move your quad, John.
Y'all, oh Lord, Jesus, help us. Last show, did I talk about this? Inquiring minds want to know this one. I have two, but I'm gonna do one or the other. Did I talk about the one about the man best friend that hangs at the house? I mean, her man's best friend that hangs at the house all the time? I don't think so. Okay, well, here we go. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Do we be looking at her some kind of way as well?
On the Donna Smith Show.
Ain't the best friend who she wanted to massage
Shepherd.
from.
Hey, you know what, John?
I just asked, is it not the best friend that she wanted a massage from? Because you asked, did we do this one before? And you just said,
oh no,
the
this
best
one ain't
friend
no
at the
massage.
house. So I
This
just
ain't
asked.
no, this ain't
See
no
how
massage.
she do me, JJ? See how I just asked the
Hey,
question. See that, get right?
Yeah.
Okay. My man's best friend hangs at our house all the time, eating, sleeping, and chilling. My man says that he's lonely and just broke up with his girlfriend of 10 years and was contemplating suicide. So he feels an obligation to be there for him. Something is not right about this, but I can't put my finger on it. Do I put my foot down? Sometimes he spends the night and is left to chill at our house until we get back home. I am not feeling this and he's not working, so it's a dent out of our budget. I want to tell my man either it's his friend or me. Am I being selfish? Let's not all talk at once.
That's one that whole thing. Wow.
That one
You
is
know,
that one is kind of deep.
while you was reading that though, I was kind of playing in my head about when, and I've heard stories and stuff, when a woman in same situation, similar situation, man done left and she feeling some kind of way, don't want to leave her alone. She can come to the house and she do, but then suicide. The man was contemplating suicide.
Yes.
That's a whole that throws a whole nother element into this. And then but she never said how long has he been there. See, so we don't know if this been a few weeks or if this been a few months.
She said it's long enough to put a dent in their budget because he's at home during the day while they at work. Probably.
Oh hell, you can put a dent in my budget in a week.
You know what? Here's the other thing. He's paying a mortgage or rent somewhere, right?
I don't know.
Well, we'll assume he is. He's paying that somewhere. Could your husband go over to his place and hang out to make sure he's okay?
Yeah, because we
How
talking suicide. That's suicide.
How much? I mean, I guess he's figuring, damn, because if he don't be there for him and he ends up, checking out of here, and that's a really good friend. And you wasn't, I mean, do you leave your wife and go over there and spend all this time with him?
The twist is that he's there during the day by himself. So where is he paying rent at? Somewhere or mortgage someplace else? Or is he staying there permanently with them?
They say that he's lonely and he just broke up with his girlfriend of 10 years.
Yeah, but she said he's sometimes. Earlier, she said sometimes he spends the night. So,
She says, sometimes he spends the night and is left to chill at our house until we get back
so
home.
that's not an everyday thing.
So he's got a place of his own, I'm assuming.
But I guess he wants to be there for him because he's concerned, because he's talking about he's depressed, he's concerned.
But the problem I have with when we're not there, he's by himself anyhow. So who's checking on him then? Is he still suicidal at that point?
Or should they be working together to try to get him some professional help?
Right.
I was gonna mention that.
If you're really suicidal and you're alone, why people at work and you're in my house and you're suicidal, you're gonna commit the crime anyway. Don't matter if you at my place, your place, down the street, walking across the Golden Gate Bridge, someplace, it's gonna happen.
Well, not necessary. I had a friend, she was suicidal. She actually had an attempt. She was on a 72-hour watch and everything. She'd been on the watch and she stayed at my house and I was gone, and she didn't commit suicide or nothing. But the thing is, she needed a change of an environment for a minute to kind of get her head together and to get clear. And I mean, she's doing amazing. She's fine, absolutely fine, but she was a good friend of ours, and my girlfriend at the time, she was more or less, see, this is the cold part. My girlfriend at the time, and that opened my eyes about her, because she didn't come at me about the simple fact of her staying there. She was trying to connect it as if there was some type of relation going to have me and her having relations. See, so you was too busy thinking negative and reacting negative, because when you think that way, you're going to react that way on other things, even people not even knowing that, but you're going to have that reaction. Is just the bottom line.
Well, why was she thinking that? Because you let her into your home? You let her stay?
I let her stay at the house. I said, well, I'm going to be gone anyway. I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be in Louisiana. Ain't nobody there. Because she was talking about getting away. I just need to get away. Then I said, you can stay here at the house. It's all good. I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be in Louisiana. Get your own food, because I don't have no food when I leave. I don't need no food. Ain't no food in the house. So, because you ain't gonna break in my house and eat my food. Nah. But no, but I'm just saying, but it's nothing wrong with that. And I'm gonna tell you a movie that really touched me, that Tyler Perry movie or whatever, when that girl, remember her name? She played Tootie or whatever, the girl from who she was a prostitute and he was a lawyer, and his girlfriend.
Rudy.
Yeah, remember the movie? And his girlfriend was a lawyer, and she sent her up. She tried to get her all that long sentence. Remember, she messed with her record and everything, and then the other guy had knew about it, and he finally found out. See, that's the thing. Instead of being concerned for the person, that's when you can tell. And like I say, for the person who I was going out with at the time, that opened my eyes towards her empathy. You had no empathy. You didn't show a sense of compassion towards this person. I can't get down like that.
Did she know the person?
Huh?
Did she know her?
She know of her, but it didn't matter if you knew her or not. I'm telling you, this is what's going on. This is the person's situation. You see it with your own eyes. You know about it.
Well, maybe she just had trust
insecurity and whatever.
And insecurities.
But see, but I'm gonna tell you where I had a problem. women are most likely to become that sisterhood when they see another woman in distress or going through something, and she didn't show not an inkling of any of that. And that right there, I'm like, oh no, I'm good on this right here. I'm cool. Shit. Uh-uh. You leave me, I slip and fall, bust my head. You leave me swimming in my own blood. Hell no.
Yeah, I get it.
Was
No.
she an only child?
But see, but her concern was always about, she kept saying, well, her staying there, but she kept fishing on if me and this girl had something going on, which we never, which we never.
Yeah.
Well,
And
she
that
had insecurities for whatever reason. Maybe it was
it
some,
don't, but
I don't
but
know, maybe she was just an insecure woman.
But it's the well, it's not really about the insecurities. It's about the compassion and the empathy for another human being. Forget all the other stuff. You didn't. That's when a person skips over the well-being of a person and then jumped off to all this other bull junk. Oh, would y'all used to mess around? Y'all used to. This person over here is sick
Well,
or going through
insecurity is that's a deep thing. That's a deep emotion for some, John. They
Yeah, I'm not saying it ain't, but one thing about empathy and compassion, see, humbleness and everything. Let me put my junk to the side to see what's going on with it.
right.
I don't care. Nah, you didn't have no kind of hint. You couldn't strike a small fire with what she had. Oh hell no, you freeze to death. There's no way in the world. No way in the world. You know.
Right,
And,
I get
and
it.
so so what I'm saying towards this part is when you mention about suicide, somewhere
Yeah.
in there, because I never did hear her say, well, at first, I did feel sorry for him, but it's been like 7 months now, or whatever, whatever. Or with just he came over here and he broke up and he said he was feeling suicidal at one time and this, but what do I need to put my foot down? Do I need to what? Damn, show some compassion towards the man's situation.
Well, she did ask, am I being selfish? She says, I want to tell my man either his friend or me.
Mm, mm, mm. I sure hate
Yeah.
this her friends in that type of situation or anywhere or no in a situation where her friend needs her or if she got any friends.
Or let's take, for example, not everybody stays afloat. Sometimes we end up in bad situations. So what if she ends up in a bad situation and she needs some help?
Okay.
That's where the
Yeah.
compassion part comes in. A lot of people think that certain things like this can't happen to them because they're so secure and where their life is, but things can take a quick turn like that.
For
Some people,
anybody, for
for
anybody.
anyone. So I just think there, from what I'm seeing in the description, there has been no discussion about from her end as far as trying to reach some kind of compromise. Like maybe he only stays a few nights a week or something like that. How about choose him or me? Like what kind of crap is that? Like
She say he's not working. He's putting a dent in the budget, and she say something is not quite right about this. So I don't know what she's feeling or what she think is going on. I mean, I don't know.
She ain't gave enough detail.
Huh?
That's also how I feel. There wasn't enough detail
Not enough
included in what's
detail.
going on, so we can't give a definite answer on what to do if you're not being if you're not disclosing everything. It feels very one-sided. Like you just want us to be like, oh yeah, he's got to go and he can go jump off the bridge. Like, nah, we ain't gonna say nothing like that. Suicide is a really serious thing right now, especially since the pandemic started. And we just need to be mindful of that, is that not everybody has it all the way together. We might come off like we do, but that could just be a facade. So yeah, I understand it's a tight budget that's going on. Maybe there needs to be a discussion like that, like I said before, about the steps moving forward. to be completely dismissive.
He
Because
must
he's
be over
already
there
there.
quite a bit, because if he's putting a dent in your budget, okay, that's out of, I mean, they could talk about that, but like John was saying, the fact that he's contemplating suicide, 10 years is a long time to be with somebody that, you know, it's just not happening anymore. So we don't know what happened with that. What kind of state of mind
that could have been a crazy. He could have came in on something. Who knows?
Yeah,
You
we
know,
don't know how that breakup
he could
actually.
have took her. She could have took his money.
He
You
could have.
know,
It
it
could have
got
been a
gone.
very
And then
hurtful.
It
she
could have
talking
been
about he broke
anything.
and all of this, and he ain't working.
Yeah, yeah,
I
that's
think she
true.
just don't want the fact. I mean, she just don't like him in the space. I don't know if her man is giving him more attention right now because he's concerned and not giving her any. I mean, we don't know. Like you said, some missing details of
But you
what
know,
really, you know.
this is what families used to do though. And it's a trip. I mean, when I think about growing up, folks in the neighborhood, shoot, we had this lady staying with us. She was a white lady. We brought into our family, auntie. It became auntie. You know, because you
Yeah.
take care of people. You
Yeah.
take care of people. And that's the whole problem. You know, the man, I mean, if I'm gonna tell you like this, say if it was vice versa, and I seen my woman showing this compassion towards her friend and this concern and everything, to me, I got a good woman. If someone was to ask me, oh man, my woman's she's a compassionate, caring person. See, I can say that because I witnessed that, you know. But I can't, you can't, you know, like I told you, like things with my parents, you know, watching them, the stuff they do, I could have been, oh, kicking stuff around because they took all our Christmas stuff. I mean, everything, tree and all, and gave it to a family down the street that was in need and told us, you know, we didn't have no present. But when they explain and this and that, now we could have acted a fool or whatever, but when you listen and you think about what's going on with this family, it don't bother you, you
Yeah.
know. And that's the whole thing. She got one. We don't know how long the person been there, but just off the stuff she said, I can't go with her like JJ said. Can't just say kick him out and do this and do that and he wrong and because from what you said, the stuff that she listed, it's more like, girl, you need to sit down somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're the one who listed all this stuff going on with him. Y'all didn't say a friend, because you know what I was expecting? A friend that come over who never leave. Every time y'all turn around, he eating y'all food, he doing this. He want to ball the car, got ball some money, he doing this. And this dude coming over just broke up with somebody for 10 years. Cause like JJ said, let her break up, or whatever, because let her break up with somebody after 10 years. She gonna be looking for somebody to lean on. Lean on me.
But
Right.
I'm not strong.
Come on. But see, but that's the problem. That's why I say when we talk about all this, well, modern and new things, the whole thing is when you take away the concern for mankind, it ain't no modern, it ain't no new way, it ain't nothing. It's just straight inconsiderate of others. Ain't no compassion for others. You can't adjust. You ain't how do you adjust kindness to mankind? How do you adjust that and change it to where it shouldn't exist? So this man is some women would probably be saying, "Oh, I got good money. That man, boy, his friend is this and this, and shoot, he don't know. Shoot, she leave, he got points anyway." He said, "Well, why y'all break up?" Well, you know, I had a friend, and he broke up with his girlfriend. He was heartbroken, or his wife, whatever, after 10 years, and he was even thinking suicide. So I let him come over, kind of hang out for a while. He spent the night sometime. So my girlfriend told me to choose between him and her, and she left. Oh no, no, she didn't. Oh, come here, Bookie.
See, boom, there you have
Come
it, and
on,
there you have it.
stop. And that's all a man is. All a man need is for you to say the right words that connect to his emotions, because you got to understand his emotions is on a whole nother frequency. And when you say the right things to connect with them, let that other one call back. You know,
So
I'm just
what can we tell this lovely soul? What can we tell them?
exercise empathy, and if it hasn't been that long, I don't know, but
You guys agree?
At the same time, maybe have him see some counseling too, if it's that bad.
yeah, have a discussion on how more can y'all help this person to get him on his feet. But then we still don't know how long has he. It could have been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Some people could be suicidal just for the moment. They just need to be around some people. Some people could be suicidal and really do themselves in. But the moral of the story would be, is he taking advantage of their kindness? Or is he being really sincere?
Yeah, I can definitely empathize with the fact that, I mean, if I had a friend that was going through something that deep and talking about checking up out of here, I would definitely try my best to be there for them. And if they needed to come to my house every day, for a little while, my door is open. I mean, I hope my mate would understand that. And not judge me on that, and try to be empathizing themselves and trust the fact that I'm just trying to do the right thing for my friend.
There's something that's really missing. I think we need more pieces of the puzzle. Either she's not giving us what she's what's really going on in the household, or really she's just talking about her own emotions and feelings. So
she may have some emotional baggage of either something she didn't went through with him or where she comes from that has her tripping out. We don't know enough about it, but I say allow your man to show his sensitive side towards his friend the best that he can, and try to be there as his loving partner, and support him as well, because to see your friend going through that and dealing with that, it has to be putting him in a
effect on him.
So he needs her support, and not the fact that it's not a woman friend. It's not. It's a guy friend. And even as a woman friend, you got to have some kind of trust. But what is she thinking? That, like she says, something is not quite about this. Is she thinking that they got a thing or something? I mean, I don't know.
If she feels some type of way, maybe maybe she should leave. Maybe she should exit the situation. Why subject yourself to something that if you don't have no compassion, if you're just superficial, even if it's been 2 weeks or a couple of months, what have you, go ahead and go. You have the right to leave.
Take your little behind.
We might look at you sideways, but this is ultimately your decision. This is your life, and you have the right to live it the way you want to. But remember this situation if you end up in a bad situation yourself.
And people have to take ownership of their own feelings and emotions and what they will tolerate and not, and stop expecting other people to change according to what you want, your likes and dislikes. If this is not, like you said, JJ, if it's something that's not for her, she can't deal with this, that's not good, there's the door. There's a door, right? You can't change this man if his emotions and he's empathizing with his friend. You're trying to change his whole perception about something and how he's dealing with a dear friend. Girl, bye. And the same if it was reversed. People are so
do him a favor.
Yeah, they're so
do
into
him a
wanting
favor
somebody to I want them to do with no, they can't do that. I don't like that. No, you need to stop that. No, you need to change that. Look, if this is who this person is, and this is, I mean, first of all, I don't know how long they've been together, but I don't understand why folks don't. What are you doing? Are you just jumping into something with somebody right off the bat where you don't know these type of emotional things about them? You should know that your person that you're with is emotional or empathetic or heartless and cold and da da da. So why did you stay with them? If you knew this before.
Some people think they can change people. I know people like that. They think they can change somebody.
Absolutely, my point.
They think their personality is bully enough to do it, but 9 times out of 10, it's not the case. You're not gonna change the person.
Especially no grown person.
Might force them to hide certain behaviors or certain things or that's going on in their life, but you're not gonna change the person. You just
we have got to stop. Oh, there's a fly. I can't stand flies, you guys.
Yeah, I can't wait till the winter weather comes. I want all these flies.
I got him.
Mm-hmm. He didn't. He gonna get back up and fly off. He just.
You know what, John? Shut up.
Unless you smashing, he just knocked out. He chilling. He gonna. He gonna.
Oh, not you showing us the fly.
Now you guys fly smash. Man, we'll put it in your. Man, we'll put it. Look at it.
Okay, I don't play.
Hold it.
What is that?
Oh, no. Oh, he moving. Not just playing.
Put him in your drink.
I ain't got nothing to throw him in. But anyway, let me
put
tell
him in
you.
your glass.
Ooh.
Like them drinks. You know them drinks they make? Don't be playing with that now. That's some nasty junk, them flies. And the cold part is you gotta dispose of them suckers. Cause you can put dead flies somewhere and you know that cycle, that circle of life. Them suckers, the larva, they'll start becoming maggots. Then the maggots become more flies, and then more larva, and then there's more flies,
Right.
and the saga continues.
Right.
Man, my son one time, a fly. He had just got the burger from the grill, and the fly landed. It just landed on the bun. It landed on the bun and took off. This boy, he hate flies so bad. Instead of breaking the bun off or going to get it, he threw the whole hamburger away. I say, what you doing? And he started telling you about how they regurgitate and do all this stuff. And he started breaking. I said, John, but he ain't had that much time. He said, he probably was weighed down and he just came and let it off and took off. He don't care. He don't care. He's like, Pop, nah. I just go grill another one. I'll be all right.
It boosts your immune system. You know how much bacteria and other stuff that's in our bodies. So if you accidentally eat a fly, it ain't gonna kill you. It's gross.
I know an old lady who ate them. I know an old lady who swallowed a fly.
You know what? You know what? Folks, this is what we do. You know what? I just want to say something. Some people.
No, but I don't know why.
And you know, we go. Hush up, John. We doing you know, let's talk about it. That's what I call it. We talk about everything. You know what? Some will say, just like I just showed the fly, ooh, why she do that? Oh my God, she just.
I was like that. I was like, I want to see it.
I'm not gonna tune in anymore. Let me tell you guys something. I am 100% plus real. Okay, everything I do, everything I say, how I do it. My panel is cool. I don't sugarcoat nothing. And if I swatted a fly, I'm gonna let you see I swatted the fly because John was saying I didn't swat the fly. So I had to show y'all. So one time I did a video and I was eating a pickle and somebody clowned because I was eating a pickle. Okay, if I want to eat a pickle, I'm gonna eat a pickle.
Right.
If I want to swat the fly, I'm gonna swat the fly.
Because you was talking and you was eating the pickle.
If we gonna toast before the show, we gonna toast before the show. You know what I'm saying? It's
Said
like,
we gonna toke before the show?
I said toast.
Oh.
Don't have me do no
No,
spoken
I
word,
just was
baby. I know how
checking. I
to
was
put it on them words, baby. Don't go there.
I was just no, I just couldn't, you know, the mic
I
when
said
it's going out.
toast. I did not say tote. Or toot.
I didn't say tote either. I didn't tote.
You know
I
what,
did
grown
not say
folks?
tote.
We gonna wrap it up. We gonna wrap it up tonight because you know tomorrow is Monday. But I'm so glad we was able to come together today because we have been kind of MIA. But this is what we do. We gonna be here, y'all. Let me see. Next Sunday. What's next Sunday?
Hold on, my calendar right here.
22nd.
Yep. It was 22nd.
I wonder what time the Niners play next Sunday. Do anybody know?
They don't play next week. They have a bye.
Oh, it's a bye?
I believe so.
Okay, good. So they gonna bye. Okay, bye. Go right on. We gonna be here next Sunday.
think.
And
No,
I
it
believe
might not be. I don't know. I said I think. Don't hold it. I said I think.
the week after that is gonna be on a Monday, or I think it may be Monday the week after. I'll let you guys know. I'll be recuperating from something, and it'll take me a couple of days, but I'm gonna come back strong. Say some prayers for your girl. Let me get through that. And but next Sunday for sure, I'm gonna be here. We gonna be here. And I want you guys to also tune in to those shorts, man. I've been bringing the heat with them shorts. I got things to say in 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay. And trust me, it's hard to wrap it up in 1 minute, but you do what you got to do, right? And I get that point made in 1 minute. So y'all look forward to those because I'm gonna be doing those a lot. Especially, I love doing them because when you're
a little early for Christmas.
Hey, we skipping over Halloween and Thanksgiving around here.
JJ, your tree up already?
Yep, my tree is up already, and I got my beard next to it for size.
Oh Lord, that is a cute one.
Thank you.
You should make the lights blink.
They don't blink, but that's okay.
But it's really cute. I went to the store the other day and I couldn't figure out if I was supposed to buy pumpkins or Christmas stuff, you know, or Halloween costume. Everything is all mixed up in each aisle. You got to, I say, wait a minute, can we get through one season and then go to next? They got everything. You go down here, the lights.
That's consumerism for you.
Yeah, it's like you trying to get your money together to get ready for Thanksgiving. I mean, Halloween, because you got to get this candy and costume. Some people. Then you got Thanksgiving, and then you got Christmas. Then you got New Year's. Then you got my birthday.
The setup feast.
Oh no, I don't give no kids candy, and I get the candy 50% off the next day. So I have all the candy I want. Yep, that's
and then you keep it for the whole year until next year.
You can go to Safeway. They be having theirs.
Can you freeze that candy?
Yeah, you can freeze it.
You know, we just be talking about some stuff, boy. We just talk about it. I didn't know you could freeze candy.
Especially the chocolate candy. Oh yeah, I'll throw that in the freezer. Then you can let it thaw out in the fridge real good.
And it tastes okay?
It tastes just fine. Like the day you put it in there.
Shut your mouth.
I'm only talking about candy.
Remember our grannies and our uncles and aunties. Shut your mouth. What you say? Boy?
You reminded me of Miss Leslie when you did that.
And then some of them be gumming. What you say? And then they may have a little snuff stuff. They be tobacco, and then they go
Cannonball.
Oh yeah, I remember back in the day. Let me tell you this story. Back in the day, boy, I was a whippersnapper, boy. You should have saw me back in the day.
You know, Cannonball Garrett.
Okay, y'all stop playing. Stop playing. See? But that's what they.
I done made plenty of cannonball runs, boy.
Oh, with that snuff.
Go buy a block of cannonball. Go
Oh,
get
JJ, that might have been before your time. You don't know nothing
blocks
about
of can.
I never did that.
That
I
was
probably would have known about it.
No, that was before
Oh
your
no,
time.
you
You know,
didn't
it
know
was
about
like
that.
it was like our older grandparents, maybe great grandparents,
No.
and they would hold the snuff in their mouth until all the saliva built up, whatever, and that's how they would get their, just like smoking a cigarette, right?
It was only two cans
and then
in the
every
house.
now and again, some of them have a little cup near them. And they go
A little cup. No.
And then they come back and start talking to you again.
A big Folgers.
Big old cup. Then they be like,
yeah, I got a
bunch of paper towel and a bunch of tissue.
I got an uncle that used to do that.
And it's all brown and yucky. And for some reason, they thought that was attractive, I guess. Because I mean, if anybody was in my face doing that right now, I'd be like, boy, bye.
I took a
you
bite
gotta
off
go
that
see
junk,
somebody because something is wrong with you.
I took a snap off one of them. You know, she had one that was already open, and it had, you know, so I was going out the house real quick, so I broke it straight down, real thin, all the way down, because I couldn't take a chunk, you know, so I broke it thin all the way down, right? And I put that in my mouth. I didn't know no better. You talk about sick as a dog. Swallowing my saliva as normal, you know, not knowing I'm supposed to, and I didn't. I know they spit it out. I know. I was spitting, but I was swallowing too. Bless that. And I didn't know no better. I had it all tucked. I thought I was
boy. I can only imagine.
I was sick as a
I wonder if they still sell that. Do they still sell that?
Yeah, they do.
They do.
They still sell snuff. They sell snuff. They sell the bars, the chew. They sell all that still.
But it's safer than smoking a cigarette.
Who said that?
No, it's not.
Who said that?
Person that
People
said
be
marijuana
having,
is not a drug.
people be having throat cancer and stuff. Big time. I mean, they mouth, they teeth, they gums.
They be talking like this and stuff.
It's still bad.
Yeah, you know, when they came out, my cousin used to snuff what is that, Copenhagen, right? And he used
under
to
his lip, right?
Yeah, packing.
Yeah.
That's what they call it, packing.
Yeah.
He used to pack that Copenhagen. And I mean, they going about and had that in there for whatever. So another guy or a friend of his, whatever, it ended up deteriorating all on the bottom of it. And he didn't know it because all he did was pack it. He never inspected his mouth or anything and just tore his mouth up.
Yep.
That's why y'all got to be careful what you put in your mouth.
That's why you always take it that's why you always give it to death.
Because it can settle in and cause some situations.
Hey, that's why, Cornell. That's why you always make sure.
And then afterwards, you better not swallow. You better rinse. Get you some.
Too much of anything is
goggle.
That's right.
Too much of anything is not good.
You better be careful.
Get
some folks
addicted
just
to that.
hold stuff in there. They hold it in there because they don't want to swallow it. And they got this stuff in there and it's causing problems, I'm telling you. And you wonder why your teeth fall out and stuff like that. You better ask somebody. On that note being said, it's your hostess with the most, Donna Smith, aka Lady D. This is what we do. We just talk about it. We talk about it. Grown folks style. I hope y'all had a wonderful time. I want to thank my lovely panel for being here tonight. We will be back next week. And anybody who wants to join in on the Zoom, please do so. Otherwise, you can view this on YouTube Live Please like, share, and subscribe. We bring you the heat and we bring you the realness. I want to thank everyone. You guys have a wonderful week. Make sure to tune in, though. I always got something for you. Bye.
Man.